계란 빨리 주셔요.
똥집. Chicken. Oh wait, poop house.
So chicken intestine, right?
Yeah.
Okay, we have our first dish here, which is called duck dong chip, and that literally translates to the chicken poo house. So, which means it is the chicken intestine. So I have had a try. It is quite good. It's got a very chewy texture, but I will give it another go.
Dip it.
We're going to dip it in the sesame oil with salt, pepper, a little bit of other stuff. Let's have a go. Yeah, it's just chewy, like, it's a really good flavour.
Crunchy, right?
Yeah, it's almost crunchy.
Not poopy.
Doesn't taste like poop. You've got to kind of forget about what you're actually eating. But we'll wash it down with a little bit of somak, which is beer which has been bombed with a bit of soju. So, here you go. Good.
Sammy.
Sensible and trustworthy and decent, just enough, but there's still a little.
Just still don't give a shit about
They
soju.
don't give a shit about certain things.
And then top it
They're
up
not
with the mac
anal,
cheese.
and they're not, and they'll still. Most Koreans will tell you what's on their mind, and I think it's a good place to do journalism.
Okay, so we're at the Pojangmacha, and actually I had never had chicken intestines. Like I'm used to eating tapas, which is like cow intestines, pork intestines, but this is a lot different. But I must say it gets most of its flavor from this garlic, salt, and some pepper paste. Really good. But anyways, sesame seed oil. Sorry. But here, as you can see, we have some soju. And it's kind of the golden rule that when you eat at a Pojangmacha, you must drink soju. So, cheers. Delicious. So, yeah, I'm really happy that we found this Pojangmacha because I've been searching for ages. It shouldn't be this hard to find them. So, government, if you're listening, bring them back.
All right, so lately the trend is to have indoor Pojangmachas because see, we're in a proper outdoor tent right now. We are exposed to the elements, but these days a lot of Pojangmachas are actually under roofs and they have these plastic windows that give it somewhat of a tent feel, but that's not a real Pojangmacha. Pojangmacha is like a proper tent bar. So it's unfortunate that this is the movement that the Korean trends seem to be moving toward, but at the same time, you know, at least people are enjoying like the down-home atmosphere and stuff. But I'm really glad that we came out here today because my friend who's visiting from the States really wanted to go to a proper Pojangmacha with a tent. So here we are.
Oh, right. So we're going to eat something called Kimchi Chun. It's like a kimchi pizza. That's the best way I can describe it. But it looks, I don't know what it looks like, but you know, Korean food, the more it doesn't look like something, the better it tastes.
This is very true. These dumb girls are complaining. They're like,
Oh my god.
and I'm like, shut up.
This has no cheese in it, but the texture is just like cheese. It tastes a little bit cheesy,
Like mozzarella, like real stringy.
but it's it's got a slight tangy aftertaste, which makes it really awesome.
Start jeering them.
This is really, really good. It's got onions, kimchi water from the fermentation. It's got green peppers, and I'm not sure what else is in there, but it's really, really awesome. I bet you guys are so envious right now. You should be. You should be, because you know, at the rate these Pojangmachas are going, you won't find this for a long time.
We're out here under a tent, and we've been presented with about 4 or 5 different things so far. I think one of the most typical would be this piece of squid. It's basically pulled right out of the sea, fresh or not, I don't know. Boiled, hopefully within like a recent hour, and then cut up and served with something that's a little spicier than ketchup. Simple, 2 ingredients. But I'll tell you, it comes straight from heaven, these 2 ingredients. You don't even need soju to feel that good about it. You can see pretty much exactly what the guy looked like when he was alive. You've got sort of this tailed part cutting through, and you got the tentacles. I'm not sure where the tentacles will come, maybe in the front, right? But they're put onto the side for easy access. Anyway, it's great. I'd say this is pretty much the sign of a good evening in South Korea.
Okay, we are rounding out our Pojangmacha experience with some noodles. So we have two kinds here. We have some udon, which is Japanese noodles, a little bit thicker. And we also have some kuksu, which you can see is thinner noodles. But on top you have some seaweed and some scallions, and it looks like something spicy, some like chili flakes. And we have individual cups here so that we can get servings for ourselves.
Okay, maybe that's true. I could be wrong. Sorry. Anyway.
So we're having a really good time here at the Pojangmacha, as you can see. We had 3 kinds of noodles, but I want to talk about this kimchi right here.
He's a writer and like someone.
This is Pojangmacha kimchi, and after living for a while in Korea, you're able to differentiate between good kimchi and not so good kimchi. So most restaurants' kimchi is not that great, you know. We had the kimchi jjigae the other day, and that kimchi was amazing. Like, that's the best kimchi I've ever had. This kimchi though is really, let's find out. Wow.
Oh no.
It's so sour.
Sour.
Oh. But it's so
Sour
good.
kimchi is good.
It's so good. That means it's so well fermented. But it's so salty. I mean, this is the epitome of Korean salty foods. That is really, really sour kimchi, but that's really, really good. So, yeah, that's a new kimchi to add to my flavor list. Now, I can memorize this flavor, and whenever I go somewhere, I'll know this is Pojangmacha kimchi. It's the bomb.
So this lovely gentleman is Cho Sang-gil, Mr. Cho Sang-gil, and this wonderful Pojangmacha is called catharsis. So in English it's catharsis, in Korean catharsis. And this guy, Mr. Joe, is so wonderful. He cooked us all this amazing food very quickly tonight, and he even gave us free peaches. He gave us a dessert, and so this is definitely the kind of Pojangmacha that you want to go to. It's near Jonggak Station, exit 3-1, which is in front of the Samsung Securities building. You just walk a little bit further down the road, make a right, and catharsis is right here, and it's in front of a GS25. So make sure you come and see Mr. Joe because he is the nicest.
안녕하세요. 인사동에 있는 포장마차 카타르시스 주인 조상길입니다. 많이 찾아와 주세요. 감사합니다.
네.